Telencephalon.
Telencephalon is the cerebral hemispheres.
Diencephalon.
The diencephalon is a point of reference. You got the optic nerve in the pituitary gland, and everything in between up to the telencephalon.
Okay. Mesencephalon.
And you got the mesencephalon is a small section right here that the main portion is the tectum.
Okay. Metencephalon.
And then you got the metencephalon, which is the pons, and the cerebellum.
Okay. Myelencephalon.
And the myelencephalon just constitutes the medulla oblongata.
Okay. Mammillary bodies.
Okay. As a point of reference, we got the tuber cinereum right here, and they lead back to the rounded mammillary bodies.
Okay. Thalamus.
Thalamus is just the round portion in the diencephalon.
Okay.
As I'm digging it up.
Corpora quadrigemina.
Corpora quadrigemina. It constitutes the superior and inferior colliculi.
Trochlear nerves.
Take a little bit to find one.
I know where it's at. It's just right off the corpora
right
quadrigemina.
Right off the corpora quadrigemina between the cerebellum and the cerebral hemisphere is a small little nerve in here.
Okay, cerebral peduncles.
Cerebral peduncles are on the ventral surface of the brain. It's these right here.
Okay, ocular motor nerve.
Ocular motor nerve is going to lay on the cerebral peduncles. It's going to be a little flat. I don't know if that's it, but it'll represent that.
Okay, orbital fissure, don't need to know. Interpendicular fossa.
It's just between the two peduncles.
Okay, posterior perforated
And the
substance.
posterior perforated substance sits in the that region.
Anterior perforated substance.
It's right in front of the optic chiasma.
Okay, cerebellum.
Cerebellum.
Okay, folia.
Folia are the individual folds on the cerebellum.
Okay, sulci.
Sulci are the depressions.
Vermis.
Vermis means worm, and it's the middle lobe of the cerebellum.
Floccunodular lobe.
Floccular nodular lobes. Wow, that's dark. On the cerebellum, it's the lateral rostral lobe of the cerebellum.
Brachium pontus.
Brachium pontus is right here. It goes from the cerebellum to the transverse fibers of the pons.
Okay, transverse fibers of the pons.
Transverse fibers of the pons are on the pons here.
Okay, arbor vitae.
Arbor vitae is just, it means tree of life, and it's the white matter in the cerebellum.
Okay, restiform body.
This one's kind of use your imagination. Here's the brachium pontus, and then the restiform body extends caudally and medially off the brachium pontus.
Brachium conjunctivum.
And the brachium conjunctivum leads from the brachium pontus of the cerebellum to the inferior colliculi.
Okay, pons.
Pons.
Trigeminal nerve.
Trigeminal nerve. Here's one branch of it. Here's two branches of it. And it branches off the brachium pontus of the cerebellum.
That's a big nerve, right?
Yeah, it's the largest one, and it's got 3 branches.
Okay, medulla oblongata.
Medulla, here's the pons, and then caudal to that, before the spinal cord, is the medulla oblongata.
Okay, abducens nerve.
God, are any of these intact? Abducens runs from the medulla oblongata to the pons.
Okay, facial nerve.
And this one was really hard to find on most of them, and this is how I just remember these. You got the trigeminal nerve comes off the brachium pontus, and then you'll have your facial nerve, more caudal to that, and then caudal to that will be your vestibulocochlear nerve.
Okay, interacoustic meatus, we don't even know that. Glossopharyngeal nerve.
Don't need it.
Vagus nerve.
Don't need it.
Accessory nerve.
Don't need it.
Hypoglossal nerve.
Oh, the accessory nerve, sorry. I was thinking the first spinal nerve. The accessory nerve is just these right here that run on the spinal cord.
Okay, then the Hypoglossal.
Okay. Just off the ventral median. What is it? Sulcus? Or is it the fissure on the side? But the hypoglossal are just these several branches that come off the median line.
Okay, choroid plexus.
Choroid plexus in the sagittal section. It's these blood vessels that run down into the
Where did you do that one?
the choroid. No, I did the telechoroidea that encases the choroid plexus.
Okay, fourth ventricle.
Fourth ventricle is between the cerebellum and the medulla.
Nostril medullary velum.
This portion right here is the roof of the cerebral aqueduct.
Okay, area acustica.
Left brain is retarded. It's just this thickening behind the cerebellum. Right here.
Okay. First spinal nerve.
Don't get it, I don't think, right?
Right.
Dorsal median sulcus.
Dorsal median sulcus. Wow, he's gonna be pissed about that. These are all tore up. Dorsal median sulcus.
Okay, then you got the dorsal intermediate sulcus.
Don't need it.
Dorsal lateral sulcus.
Don't need it.
Fasciculus gracilis.
Don't need it.
Okay, gracile tubercle.
Don't need it.
Cuneate tubercle.
Don't need it.
Trapezoid body.
Trapezoid body is just posterior or caudal to the pons. It's the trapezoid bodies.
Okay, ventral median fissure.
Ventral median fissure.
Okay, and then pyramids.
And the pyramids run along the ventral median fissure.
Okay.